So what's up, audience? Hopefully today I have a smaller video than other videos of the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the Naruto manga and two different scenes, one from the original and one from Shippuden. Before we begin to talk about these two scenes and all that there is to unpack with them, I want to make a few things clear. One, today we're going to be talking about a series and a manga that I thoroughly enjoy. Now that said, I do have to warn you today. We're going to be talking about a few topics which are pretty heavy. One of them is slight mentioning of kidnapping. Mainly the whole video is about it. And two, the bits at the end of the video where I bring the conclusion and show how this scene reads I do not think it was ever intended to read that way by Kishimoto or any of his editors, and this is probably just the effect of a very long series, as well as some reading by me into the story and breaking down. And I am not accusing Kishi of anything today. Please do not say that I'm doing that in the comment section, please. Much more to say, let's introduce our topic today. In the tuning exams, we are told of a time during Naruto's childhood that Hinata nearly got kidnapped by a ninja from the hidden Cloud Village. While, in Naruto's own backstory with Kushina tells us that she as a child nearly got kidnapped by a few ninjas from the Cloud Village. Now that we have established our topic, we should probably go into more detail about it. So beginning with the first of the two scenes, the Hinata scene, this information in this scene is presented in a broader sequence of Neji's backstory in chapter 102 called Cage Bird. Today we will focus only on this specific scene and we will discuss all that is pertinent to it, and we will try to focus as little as possible on the rest of this sequence since it doesn't have much to bear with the scene itself, or more specifically what I'm getting at with this video. And two, because this part of the backstory is the least analyzed part of Neji's entire story that he tells Naruto during the tuning exams. Now, to begin, I have to say that there are some logical and some world building issues with this scene that I will touch upon accordingly as they come up. But very basically, we're told that the Leaf Village and the Hyuga clan both were in a war with the Cloud Village. And during the peace talks, the Cloud Village's head ninja... No, not that guy, this guy. Okay, who the fuck is this guy? And what happened to A and Darwin, the rest of the Cloud Village's actual head ninja? No. Okay. But sure, that we're told the head ninja of the Cloud Village, who, yeah, again, is not that guy, tries and kidnaps Hinata because he wants to steal her Byakugan. So her dad unreasonably kills this guy, stopping the kidnapping of his daughter. So naturally, in response to this violation of the peace treaty by the Leaf Village, yes, the Leaf Village, you know, the village that did not try and kidnap a powerful clan member from a powerful clan and stole her Kekkei Genkai, the leaders of the Hidden Cloud, no, not those guys, yes, those guys. So, naturally, in response to the Cloud Village's head ninja, and the same night that they signed a peace treaty attempting to kidnap a girl from the Hidden Leaf and failing, then getting murdered by her dad, the other negotiators for the Cloud Village doubled down and asked for the same girl and the same Kekkei Genkai that they failed to attain through kidnapping. You know, cause that's a reasonable thing to ask for after a failed kidnapping of a girl from a village you're trying to make peace with. And naturally, the Leaf Village plays ball with his demands. But in place of giving either the little girl or the guy who killed the Cloud Village's head ninja, quote unquote, they decide to give his twin brother, aka Neji's dad, who has a slave mark that destroys his brain and eyes, meaning that the Cloud Village will not be able to get what they failed to get through kidnapping, then proceeded to demand and actually get conceived from the Leaf Village through negotiations. That seems like a completely logical story I just told. Part 2. The story of how Jesus' mom nearly got kidnapped at one time. The second scene we're going to be talking about today, the Kushina scene, happens during Naruto's backstory and fight with the Nine Tails around chapter 500. Technically this will be chapter 498, Mass Red Hair. And as it happens, like with the Hinata story, this is also part of a broader sequence. Namely, Kushina's entire backstory up to the Nine Tails attack and Naruto's birth. In this case, the story is a lot simpler and a lot less intrinsic in what we have to unpack. So basically, during one night, Kushina, Uzumaki, a member of a very powerful clan, gets kidnapped by a bunch of Randys from the Hidden Cloud Village and dragged to the Hidden Cloud. They are followed by Minato, who rescues Kushina in a very sweet and romantic scene. Part 3. The Hidden Cloud Village. One element that we have not touched upon very heavily on this video, but it's of incredible importance, is the nature of ninja villages, and specifically the nature of the Hidden Cloud as a ninja village. The Hidden Cloud, as presented in the story, is proven itself to be perhaps the best run village in the entire world, and one that uses its resources better than anyone else. The village, long before the Hidden Leaf, the most powerful of the 5 villages, had been able to control its own Jinchuriki, its own tail beast, long before Konoha was able to do so. Why? They had found a method of taming the 8 tails and the 2 tails. After the 4th Great Shinobi War, where the moon was a key element in that war, the Hidden Cloud Village developed a weapon in case something like that ever happened again. We see it in the last, is this incredibly large cannon that destroys the moon. This is to say that the Hidden Cloud Village is presented in the story as a very well run that tends to do a lot of stuff for military interests, and that tends to be very deliberate in how it conducts itself. So let's ask ourselves the question again: why a militarily utilitarian village who does most things for the military need of the village, who is very efficient at using whatever resources it has, will result to kidnapping 2 little girls from a different village? Put another way, what's the motive? Now, when it comes to the motive, I think the answer lies in a different part of the world, namely the reason why the Leaf Village is the most powerful of the 5 villages. In the world of Naruto, power is genetic. Power is in the blood. So, villages like the Hidden Leaf Village specifically, which has Kekkei Genkai like the Byakugan, the Sharingan, it's a village that can be stronger than its competitors due to those reasons. Now, in other villages, we have seen incredibly powerful clans and incredibly powerful techniques. In the Hidden Mist, we have the Hoshuki clan. In the Hidden Rock Village, we have seen another Kekkei Genkai, particle release, and lava release, and explosion release. All these sort of techniques are, once again, genetic abilities which give this village an extended amount of power. In the Hidden Cloud, we have seen very little of their abilities which come from Kekkei Genkai. We have an incredible use of normal chakra releases in form of lightning and the lightning cloak, and we have seen black lightning, which is a technique that does not seem to be genetic. Both Darui and Ace Dad seem to be able to use it perfectly well, and as far as we know, these 2 men are not related to one another. So, overall, from me mentioning these 2 elements, you can probably see where this is going. These 2 events, these 2 kidnappings, were done for you. They were done reasons of military importance and military use. In this case, a village without many resources in terms of blood and inherited powers, who tend to have lesser bloodline abilities, kidnapping people from afar who have superior bloodline and superior bloodline abilities, which is fine until you start thinking about the context. From the offset, I want to say that the concept that the only two proper kidnappings we see of unarmed civilian girls and the story come from a village which its leadership looks like this, and it's done of girls from the protagonist's homeland. It's a bit dodgy. Again, the vibe is not great. But even worse vibe is that the only logical reason this village would probably have to do such a thing is because they were trying to gain bloodline abilities. That this folk are the ones with the lesser bloodline abilities that need to kidnap people to gain special bloodlines. In other words, they have inferior blood or less useful blood for military needs. I do not need to tell you why this reads so incredibly bad. So let's ask ourselves, why did this happen? And the short answer is that Kishin didn't think about it. Think about it. Both of these scenes are not scenes on their own. They're part of a broader sequence. Broader sequence which are trying to do its own thing regarding plot. For example, the first of these two scenes happens during the Shunin exams and Neji's backstory. The point of the backstory is that members of the lesser Hyuga family need to sacrifice themselves from the original. So, for that to happen, there needs to be a reason. And that reason is that they're trying to protect a mistake done by the leader of the main branch, and it needs to connect back to Hinata. This is to say, this plot only exists to make Neji's backstory happen. Same thing with the Kushina thing. The emphasis on that scene is on her hair, the thing that Minato complimented, and the thing that was so linked to the romantic plot point. Again, the point of that scene is that Minato rescues Kushina from a bunch of Randys because he followed her hair, which is the thing he had complimented before. Point being that there can be some negative implications within your story if you do not think about lesser scenes within broader sequences.